Did Arsenal make a mistake signing Noni Madueke? Well, according to Emmanuel Petit, we most certainly did. Emmanuel Petit does not believe Noni Madueke is up to par. And he has publicly questioned whether Mikel Arteta making that signing was a mistake. That is damning. That is damning from someone that is seen as a club icon. Maybe not quite a legend, but a club icon for sure. That is crazy for him to come out and say, but is he wrong? Is he wrong? I personally, we'll get there. We'll get there. I have my thoughts on Noni Madueke. Definitely not someone I thought would be the signing we make last season. I was not kind of, going crazy when we signed him and, how our Arsenal fans were going crazy. They went over the top, to be completely honest. But I just I wasn't sure about him. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure for the outlay, for the money. I thought there was better players available in and around that financial bracket. But yeah, this is a massive kind of, indictment to come out and say this sort of thing. Same time, Emmanuel Petit, he knows what a fantastic player looks like. He played with them. He is from France, in the national team. There's loads of them. He knows what that position will require. He played centre mid. He played right mid a bit. That's when it was like right mid in a 4-4-2, So he kind of knows that position. He played out there a tad, as well as centre mid. And to come from an icon, like I say, this isn't just a rival fan criticising Noni Madueke. This is someone that, he's trying to set a standard in the club. I get it. He's trying to set a standard in the club. The club is chasing greatness. So this is what he wants. To say he's not good enough, Mikel Arteta needs stronger attacking options. We can all agree with that. He also said that Gyökeres he's unsure of, but it's like his first year in the Prem, so I'll leave him, I'll allow him. Noni Madueke was not allowed the same kind of grace. He just absolutely ripped him a new one in that sense, in terms of him not being good enough. Now, Arsenal cannot afford passengers. They are going into a season where, if we're honest, they're favourites to win the league again. Noni Madueke had plenty of opportunities in Saka's absence last season, and I don't think he really capitalised, if I'm being completely honest. I think he was okay. I think on average, I would give Noni Madueke 6 out of 10. Pushing it, 6.5 out of 10. I think he was all right throughout last season. But that doesn't cut it. That really doesn't cut it. Because the case against Madueke, why people aren't happy, there's a lack of consistency. There's a lack of consistency, particularly in his end product. He gets into that final third. He might dribble 1, 2, 3 men. He's in the box at some points. And then that final pass, it's not the one. It's not the one. Like, this is the biggest frustration of Chelsea fans, of Arsenal fans when it comes to Noni Madueke. And then we're comparing him to someone like Saka, who he ultimately deputizes for, who is of a somewhat elite, standard. They had an argument, is Saka world class or not? He's had tough times recently because of injury, but Saka delivers. Yeah, Saka is one of the talisman of Arsenal. So to come in on that position behind Saka, he offers something different for sure, but the end product is questionable at best. And he needs to push Saka. Ideally, that shouldn't be like this is the second choice. This is, ultimately someone as good as, someone we can swap out for, Noni Madueke needs to be knocking on that door to take Saka's position ultimately. It won't be easy, especially if these performances continue, that's for sure. But, these are some of the problems with him. Like, ultimately, for me, it's him blocking the pathway of Ethan Nwaneri, blocking the pathway of a Max Daumann. This is why I wasn't happy more than anything as to why Arsenal signed him. Now, granted, Daumann is a centre midfielder. And Nwaneri wants to play centre midfield, attacking midfield. So really, it shouldn't block their passage, but right now, it is blocking their passage to more minutes as to where they can get them, as to where the coach wants to use these guys right now. You know, maybe later on in their careers, the next year or two, they'll start evolving into more of a centre midfielder or attacking midfielder if that's what they want. But right now, it's blocking the path on the right mid. And I'm sure Madueke was bought for the left mid anyway, for left wing. And that didn't really materialise. He wasn't playing well there either. So there's all of that that's against Madueke. The inconsistency, the erraticness, the blocking the pathway of players that we can really see their potential. But there are some good sides to Madueke, some positives. That being he's young, his age profile is still very favourable. Hopefully, if we can get like a good attacking coach, because right now I don't think we really have a good attacking coach, he can be moulded. Hopefully, he can change. He's someone that's played in the Premier League now for a couple of years. He'll be getting used to the rigors of the Premier League after coming back from Holland, coming to Chelsea, and then coming to Arsenal. Like, he knows the league. Yeah, he's getting more and more experienced in the league. I also believe he's a different profile to the other attacking players or wide players that we have. Like I said, when the ball's at his feet and he's darting, he just head down, he's going into that box. Like, Madueke is really interesting to watch. Like, we don't really have a lot of guys that do that and do it effectively until the point where he gives the ball away or, runs it out of play or whatever. And that's what he needs to work on. He's a very direct 1v1 winger. But it's the end product that we need to kind of, cultivate more and get out of him. Arteta saw something in him that is worth developing. He spent 50 million quid on him from Chelsea. Arteta might have bought him thinking not every player that you buy comes as the finished article. Sometimes you have to evolve players. But right now, we haven't seen him evolve players. And there's an argument to be had to say that Arteta hasn't really evolved many of our attacking players. But we'll save that argument for another day. Finally, it's just a case of, is Emmanuel Petit right or wrong? And I think he's right. I don't think Madueke is an Arsenal player in the mold of what we expect. The final third just has to be better. At this point, as champions, we just need better. And I hope we can, obviously he's gone away on England duty right now. World Cup starting tomorrow. I really hope that within maybe some pre-season training that he may get, depending on how far England go in the competition, we can really see differences to Madueke's game next season. I like the player. I like the directness. I like what he can offer. The speed, the explosiveness. It's the final third. It's what happens as he's approaching that box. The decision-making, that final ball. These legends, these icons of the club are demanding elite standards here. For Emmanuel Petit to come out and just rubbish a player like that, I think it's in good faith. It's harsh truth, but it's in good faith. And Noni knows that, people aren't for him. He knows the reception of when he signed for Arsenal and what that all sounded like, all of that noise. He's gone on, he's won a championship medal now, he's won the Premier League. It's now a case of, really getting it right now. Because Arsenal are moving a bit ruthless. And if he doesn't get it right now, following season, he might be out. Let's be completely honest. So, yeah, I think the next season decides everything. Emmanuel Petit wants him gone now. I don't think Arteta's going to get rid of Madueke right now. But I'm sure he's probably got one season left to prove himself this coming season. And then if things don't improve, his head could be on the chopping block. What are your thoughts? Is Emmanuel Petit right? Is Madueke up to standard to play for Arsenal? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time I drop a new video. My name is Mekz. This is the Cannon Club. Come on, you Gunners.